E-King Fight News. Let's talk about bitch-ass Tony Bellew and his take on the Deontay Wilder-Anthony Joshua negotiations and his frustration with those negotiations. E-King Fight News. More on this, guys. Hey, yo, E-King Fight News. Back at it. Tony Bellew. No disrespect, but he acting like a bitch. Okay, let's get it. His frustration with Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua negotiations. Let's get it. Y'all know what it is. Here's the article. So Bellew trying to be honest about the situation. What he had to say. What he can't get through his head is the fact that Wilder was willing to go over to Russia for about 4.3 million. Yet and still, he doesn't want to come over to the UK for 12.5. Let's talk about it. And I want to show you his exact quote so I can rebuttal the shit out of this. What I can't get my head around and what frustrates me ever so slightly is why Wilder would rather go to Russia. I don't know. Fucking these UK websites are shit. Okay, why Wilder would rather go to Russia and roughly make 5 million. Yet he doesn't want to come to the UK and fight Joshua for an alleged offer between 12 and 13 million. So that's what he had to say, and that's what he told IFL TV. There's Povetkin, who had some easy work against David Price. And I don't know what the 7.2 million he's talking about. I believe, his purse was about 4.3. Right? So I think that was his main point. He didn't really say anything else that had any kind of substance to it. So that's what Tony Bellew had to say. Man, slap that look off your face. Okay, so Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder, his purse was 4.3 million. To fight Alexander Povetkin. Was that a unification fight? He was former WBA champion, if I'm not mistaken. Was that a unification? I don't believe it was. I believe Alexander Povetkin had gotten himself some mandatory status, and he was the mandatory for Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder said, "Fuck it, we could do it in Russia." It went to purse bids. And Povetkin's fucking billionaire backing promoter won the purse bid, much like he won the purse bid against Vladimir Klitschko. So, the fight ends up getting made in Russia. And you know what? At that time, Wilder was in the same position as he was before he fought Luis Ortiz, right? He was young, he was hungry, and he was looking for a star-making performance, something that's going to put his name on the map, similar to what Anthony Joshua did to Vladimir Klitschko, right? Wilder was looking for that name that he can knock out and put his name in the spotlight, and that was Alexander Povetkin. Now, the fight was scheduled to take place up until test results came back that Povetkin was on meldonium, had tested positive twice, and Wilder just said, "Fuck this shit, I'm getting the fuck out of Russia." That's what he had to say. So the WBC was notified, and they called off the fight, and I have to say, at that time, that's 2016. 2016, guys. Since then, Wilder has had several fights that has substantially raised his stock. Right? He knocked out Bermane Stiverne, which went completely viral, and then he eventually has a signature performance, a star-making knockout performance over Luis Ortiz in front of a packed house at the Barclays. I mean, Eddie Hearn tell you, oh, he can't even sell at the Barclays. Hey, it was a packed fucking house. If it wasn't sold out, it was fucking close. I don't see Dillian White over there selling the O2 out, right? The only one selling out arenas is Anthony Joshua, right? He's the only heavyweight selling out arenas right now, unless Vladimir Klitschko were to come back. Perhaps he would be able to do the same in Germany or the Ukraine or whatnot. But does Wilder move traffic? Absolutely. Does he bring an American backing to the table? Absolutely. Absolutely. Who was the last American that Anthony Joshua fought? Who's the last one? What, Charles Martin? Bum-ass Martin. So, I mean, this is the top American in the division. But my point is pretty much this, right? And I've been consistent on this. The fact is that U.S. market might bring just as much money to the table as the UK market. If we're talking about Showtime pay-per-view, if we're talking about an HBO license fee, a potential re-airing, a replay, a dual airing, you know, who knows who's going to be the network to take this fight to pay-per-view. Most likely it's Showtime because they've highlighted both fighters' careers. In fact, I do believe it will be Showtime. And if they take this to a pay-per-view model, even a $50 pay-per-view, you know, that's a decent price. That's damn near double what they charge fans in the UK, right? So that means the US can do, you know, just over half the numbers of a UK pay-per-view, and it'll make more money. You understand that? It'll make more money. And that money, a lot of it will be from the Wilder fans. I mean, just look at the ratings. Look at Showtime's ratings, guys. Wilder did damn near triple the numbers of an Anthony Joshua when he fought Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder tripled his rating numbers in the US. So that's got to tell you something. People are willing to tune in and see a Deontay Wilder fight. Now are they willing to pay $50? That's the question. That's the question. I think the American fans, you know, I'm talking about the hardcore boxing fans. You know, you already got those guys. You already got those guys because they want to see the heavyweights come back to the forefront, especially with this kind of a fight, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Right? No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So you already got the hardcore fan base. That's already 200,000 pay-per-views right there. Bare minimum. And you have Wilder's fan base, which is probably another 200,000 pay-per-view buys conservatively. So you have 400K. And I haven't even included a small section of a Joshua fan base who saw him beat Vladimir Klitschko. So I think this fight at least generates 500K in US pay-per-view. Now you're telling me that a $12 million payoff would somehow be a reasonable purse for Deontay Wilder, when in fact he should be getting a lot more. He should be getting a lot more, guys. But anyways, hopefully, you know, we all know about the meeting that's going down between Eddie Hearn and Wilder's management, Shelley Finkel, Al Heyman. So hopefully they can agree on something. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care about what these fighters are making. All I care about is breaking down these fights, you know, the anticipation, the build, and you know, just the moment as these two fighters enter an arena. I mean, atmosphere, electric, that's what it's all about for me. So hopefully this fight goes down. E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.